Okay, we're back. It's really hot. It's really sunny right now, and it rained all night, so it's really humid. But I've got a helper today, and we are now setting the first panels in, and we're trying to make them 1.2 meters high.
Joe さん、もっと簡単な方法でいくと、
はい、
このパネルとこのパネルのジョイントをレベルに合わせて、で、
最初のパネルをやってから。
いや、で、1350あるんで、コンクリートは1200まで。なので、もう、
この高さは関係なく
そうなん
て、
です。で、
ここにその三角の、モールディング
ああ、
をつけば、
そうするとそのレベルで、そうすると簡単に。だから。
やっぱりどうして木を使いたくないかというのは、
入らない。
そこに石です。今はまだ土ですが、そこには石ですので入れない。OK、これは入れてますので、高さ。Okay, my architect has left, but we had lots of good discussion in the 3 hours that he was here. We got I received confirmation on a lot of points that I was a bit unsure about. There are a couple more that I have to send him some drawings about that he wants to just check. And you know, muscling in these first two panels and getting them in place and getting the height set, having two people for that was a godsend. So my architect, Tanida-san, great guy, thank you very much. Now it's still midday and it is, you hear me talk about the weather often, I'm sorry, it is cooking hot. There's a little bit of breeze right now. I don't know what the temperature's at today, but it's cooking hot. So I'm gonna take a break. The shade, the sun's gonna come down across the yard arm in about 2 hours. So I'm gonna take a long lunch break and then come back and then work till 6 or so. Well, I came back from lunch, jumped in the hammock, slept until 2:20, so that's almost an hour and 20 minutes sleep. And it's like a completely different day up here. There's no heat whatsoever. There's a nice light, cool breeze. I'm gonna power on till about 6 p.m. Okay, I've decided to start putting these together piece by piece up here instead of creating a panel down there and carrying it up. Working alone, those panels are too heavy. And with Tanida-san, we also decided that the top of the form, we're not going to pour to the top of the form. We're going to create a line at 1.2 meters and pour to the line. So the top of the form is not so relevant. We set the first form at exactly 1.2, made sure it was level, And then we're just, you know, putting the next panels in without caring too much about their exact level. Of course, we're going to make them plumb, but the level isn't so important. So I don't really have to, you know, prefab the panels down there. I'm just going to put it all together piece by piece here. Ooh, hold on, stay still. Oh, no, we can't pull the bottom in. We got to take the top back out. The bottom is almost, yeah, perfect. Oh, that's sweet. Oh, man. Okay, a little, oh, there we are. A little bit, just a little bit too far. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's sweet. Okay. Wow, look what happened just in the last 5 minutes. I'm starting a new day, and I came up here, I arrived 10 minutes ago, and I came up here and checked and everything was good, went back to the tiny house, got to gather up my tools, came back up and it's blown over. Fate is testing me. Oh, Jesus. Oh, wow. Okay, now. Okay, wow. Yeah, we've got a little straightening out to do. Our on-center line is still on-center in place. Well, I just got to start remeasuring 150 mil off of the on-center line. Okay, we're rethinking again. What's happening here is the sun is hitting that outside uncoated part of these plywood sheets and sucking the moisture out of them, and they're curving, drying. The cells are shrinking on that side only, and you're getting this bow effect. And that's causing me to want to put at least one line of pipe in right now to cinch it down and straighten it up, because this is, it's really hard to measure 150 off of every point because it's curved like a bow. I thought about it. I brought out a couple of pipes just to make sure I've got supplies, but I've decided against putting the pipe in now. It will make the wall immensely heavier than it is right now, and pretty unwieldy for moving it back and forth or up and down. So I'm just gonna do the best I can, recentering the wall and re-leveling the wall. Okay, I'm making good progress. Half the day is gone, and I'm about halfway through re-establishing the wall. But I'm pleased with the progress. So I'm just going to take you quickly through the 3 steps that I'm doing to correct this wall so that we can move on to the next stage. step one is measure out 150 mil from the center line. Okay, we're about 0.7 7 mil out of, off the 150 mark. So we have to come in 7 mil. At the same time, I've got the wedges in here, and this one's really down, so I'm gonna go get the pry bar and I'll pry it up and I'll pound this top wedge in. I've already got the bottom wedge in, so I'll pound the top wedge in, and so as I'm pounding the top wedge in this way, I've got to pound the wall back this way, 7 mil. Okay, so I'll use the pry bar. I want to move this in 7 mil. Oh, I think that did it. I was able to roll along the gravel there. Okay. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Okay, now, so the height. I've got to go to the other side and do two things on the other side. I've got to put a piece of rebar in to hold the wall from going back that way. So I'll pound a piece of rebar in, and then I've got to check the height, the level. We go to the first panel. Right. Oh, that's just, it's like a 1/2 millimeter, so that's fine. Okay. It's within the margin of error. Let's say that. It's good. Okay. Right there. Okay. So this is how I set the plumb, is with this one right here. Okay, so number one, 15 mil from the center line, check. Number two, height equal to the point at the front of the wall, check. Related to point number one, rebar behind the wall so that the wall doesn't deviate from the 150 mil from center line that we've just set, check. And finally, wall is plumb this way and locked in with this, check. Okay. Now I'm going to put in another cross member like that to the rock face itself so that this wall will not fall in a gust of wind towards the mountain, and because of all this galvanized pipe structure, it won't fall backwards away from the mountain. This form isn't going anywhere. Let the wind come. It is dialed in, baby. That's the last panel on the west side of the forms. I've left about this much space at the corner, so I don't have the corner in there, but that's for just to get ease of access to get in and out. I'm gonna do the corners after I get all the rebar and everything done on the main portion of the wall. Okay folks, that's it. It took me all day to get this re-dialed in after the tip over this morning. But it's looking good. It's looking, I mean, I'm relieved that I didn't, freak out and just, overcompensate or do something strange. I just followed the process again. And it's much straighter. I mean, geez, just several hours ago, looking at that wavy line of wall scared the hell out of me. But it's all back almost. I mean, there's still some curves in it, some bow-shaped boards. But I think those will get dialed in with the galvanized pipe as the process intends. So that's it. Let's call it a day. The front form is up. The next step is putting the spacers in, drilling lots of holes, popping lines on the other side probably, and drilling lots of holes, putting in the spacers, and then putting in some galvanized pipe to create a really flat, straight wall. Yeah, okay, let's look forward to that next weekend. Cheers.